All right, so well, we're diving into this excerpt today, right? It's from Life Lesson 17, Don't Waste Your Time.
Hmm.
And, just glancing at it before, it's all about, well, time.
Yeah.
But I get the feeling this goes way deeper than like just cutting back on social media.
Oh,
It's like it's about purpose, isn't it?
exactly. Like intentionality behind our actions.
Okay, so get ready to rethink your whole to-do list, everyone. This is going to be good.
Oh, yeah.
So, right off the bat, this excerpt brings up a verse from the Quran.
Right. It's Surah Al-Muminoon, verse 115.
Okay, and what does it say?
Well, it basically asks, like, did God create us with a purpose? Or are we just here, like, drifting?
Oh.
Big questions.
Yeah, that's kind of heavy stuff right at the beginning.
It is.
Makes you stop and think, like, what is the point of all this?
It really connects to that universal human desire to figure out, like, what are we doing here? What's our place in all of this?
Yeah, are we just going through the motions, or is there something bigger going on? Now, something the author points out, I found this really interesting.
Okay.
How often do we say things like, oh, nothing much,
Oh, yeah.
when someone asks about our day,
All the time.
or what we're up to?
It's so common.
And the author's saying, maybe that's a red flag.
I love that observation. It's like this casual phrase, but it might be a symptom of something deeper.
Like we're not truly engaged with life.
Yeah. Or maybe we haven't even figured out what a meaningful life looks like for us personally.
It's almost like we're sleepwalking
Right.
instead of actually participating.
You're living, but are you really living?
And ouch, this one hit home for me.
Oh.
The excerpt says, like, filling your time with mindless stuff, social media for hours, that leads to emptiness, even depression.
That's true. I think we've all felt that.
And isn't that tying back to the purpose thing we were talking about?
Oh, 100%. There's so much research on this. Having a sense of purpose is key for happiness. There was this one study, people who felt their life had meaning, they were way less likely to be anxious or depressed.
Wow.
Even when bad stuff happened, they handled it better.
So it's not just about being busy, it's like busy with the right things.
Exactly. Being busy doing things that matter to you.
And so to combat this emptiness, the text suggests, get this, replace that wasted time with reading and reflecting on the Quran.
Powerful, right?
It is. I mean, instead of just letting your mind wander or get sucked into the never-ending scroll, you're choosing to engage with something deeper.
You're connecting to something larger than yourself.
Yeah, something that can give guidance.
Meaning, it's about recognizing, hey, time is valuable, it's finite.
We can't get it back.
Right, so let's make conscious choices about how we're using it.
Oh, and there's this great phrase in the text. It says, always have the end in mind.
Ooh, I like that.
It's reminding us, focus on the hereafter and see good deeds as like a path, a way to get to Jannah.
It's like you're setting a destination for a trip.
Oh.
You know where you want to end up, so you make choices that get you there.
So not just the afterlife, but even our goals and now.
Absolutely.
Like careers, relationships, having a vision makes today's choices clearer.
Yeah, you're aligning your actions with what you want in this life and the next.
Now, speaking of actions, the text talks about quality time with family.
Oh, that's so important.
It's saying be present with your loved ones, actually engage with them.
Don't just be in the same room glued to your phones.
Which, let's be honest, we've all been guilty of.
It happens. But the text is saying, that's not real connection.
Right, it takes effort.
Intentionality.
So put the devices away, have actual conversations.
Tell stories, ask questions.
Really listen to each other.
Yeah, create shared experiences, memories, build those bonds.
Show your family you value their presence.
Love that.
And get this, the author mentions the Prophet Muhammad.
As an example.
Yeah. Someone who emphasized spending time wisely, doing things that were fruitful.
I find that so inspiring. It's like this isn't some new age concept. It's been around for centuries.
Yeah, it's about living a life that's meaningful, purposeful.
And we can learn from those who did it well.
What would they say about how do we spend our time today?
That's a good question.
Right. Now, this one really hit me hard. The text says, serve humanity.
Wow.
Like, whoa, that's huge.
It is.
So we're taking all this talk about purpose, intention, and we're putting it into action, but not just for ourselves.
You're looking outward.
Helping others.
Contributing to something bigger.
And that brings us to the big question for everyone listening.
All right, hit us with it.
What small shift can you make today to spend your time more intentionally?
In a way that feels truly fulfilling to you.
That is a big question, isn't it? I mean, it's kind of daunting when you think about it. Like, it's so easy to just get caught up in the daily grind, you know?
Right.
And you lose sight of the bigger picture.
It is, yeah, it can feel overwhelming. It's like, when you're trying to find your way through a thick forest,
Oh, okay.
you get disoriented so easily if you don't know which direction to go in.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this whole deep dive, it's like a compass,
Oh, okay.
It's helping us figure out where we're headed for a more purposeful life.
I like that analogy, the compass.
Yeah.
One thing that really stood out to me in this excerpt was the focus on our return to Allah.
Okay.
It's like it's presented as this motivation to live a more meaningful life, knowing that this life, it's just temporary, right?
Right, it is.
It's just one stop on a much longer journey.
It's a huge perspective shift.
Yeah. And
It's like, we're not just looking at this life as the main event, It's like, this is prep. This is the warm-up act.
Yeah, the pre-show, almost.
Exactly.
It makes you think twice about what you're doing with your time, that's for sure.
Yeah, your actions have consequences.
Big time, yeah.
They ripple out, they go beyond just this earthly life.
Yeah, and that actually brings up something interesting. The text talks about good deeds being our ticket to Jannah.
Oh, yeah.
But some people might say, like, wait a minute, if you're just focused on the reward, isn't that taking away from the sincerity?
That's a really good point.
Yeah, like it's just about, racking up points.
It's a game.
Right.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem like the text is saying that at all.
No, I don't think so.
It's more about recognizing that our actions, they have this ripple effect.
In this world and the next?
We were just talking about that.
Mm-hmm.
So by striving to live a life that's pleasing to Allah, it naturally leads to actions that benefit everyone.
Yeah, it's a win-win.
Not just about, like, getting a prize at the end,
It's bigger than that.
It's about aligning our actions with our deepest values, our aspirations, and trusting that that path, it leads us to where we want to go.
And it all ties back to serving humanity, right?
Oh, yeah, that powerful message.
Yeah, using your time not just for yourself, but for something bigger.
So it's like we're taking all that internal reflection, all that work we're doing on ourselves.
Putting it into action, yeah.
Yeah, and we're using it to actually make a difference in the world.
Think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Serving others, it's such a powerful antidote to that emptiness.
Oh, yeah, the feeling we were talking about earlier.
When you're focused on someone else's needs, you find this purpose, this fulfillment that you just don't get from just being, self-centered.
It's like that saying, what is it? The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others.
Ooh, I like that one.
Great.
It's a classic for a reason.
And it fits perfectly here.
Yeah, your time isn't just for you.
It's a gift.
It is a gift to the world around you.
Listening to all of this, it's striking me that wasting time, like, it goes way deeper than just being more productive,
It's a deeper issue.
It's about living in alignment with what really matters.
Yeah.
It's about being the best version of ourselves, not just drifting through life.
You're getting it, yeah.
So it's not about being perfect.
No.
It's about those everyday choices.
Right.
Moving us closer to the people we want to be.
To the life we want to live.
Okay, now the text specifically mentions reading and reflecting on the Quran as a way to replace that wasted time.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
Well, the Quran, it's this source of incredible wisdom, right?
Definitely.
Like guidance for life. Just taking the time to read it, reflect on it, it can be so enriching.
I can see that.
It's like having this conversation with a wise mentor.
Oh, interesting.
Offering you insights, perspectives, helping you navigate, all the challenges life throws at you.
But it's not just about reading the words.
No, it's deeper than that.
It's about really taking those messages to heart, finding ways to actually apply them to your life.
It's about internalizing those teachings, yeah.
And that's where the real transformation happens.
Yeah. In that reflection, that's where you connect the dots.
Right.
You make sense of your experience.
So you find that deeper meaning.
Yeah.
Now, the text also talks about tafsir, which is like commentary on the Quran. Can you explain that a bit for those who might not be familiar with the term?
Oh, sure. Tafsir, it's like having a guide, right?
Okay.
It gives you insights into the historical context of the verses, the language, the spiritual significance.
So it helps you really unlock those layers of meaning.
It does. It really does. And there are so many resources available now online, in books.
That's great.
For all different levels, different learning styles.
So it's accessible to anyone.
It is.
Anyone who wants to really delve deeper.
Exactly. And that highlights the importance of constantly seeking knowledge and understanding.
Lifelong learning, right.
Yeah. The more you learn about the Quran, the more you appreciate its wisdom, and you can apply it to your life.
I've got to say, this whole deep dive, it's been eye-opening.
Good, I'm glad.
It's challenged me to really think about my relationship with time, you know?
Yeah, and how you can use it intentionally.
Exactly. To live a life that's more fulfilling, with more purpose.
That's what we're here for.
And that's the beauty of these deep dives, I think.
Yeah.
They spark curiosity, get you thinking critically.
And hopefully inspire action.
Inspire action, yeah.
It's not about overnight transformations.
No, it's about those small steps.
Small steps, consistency,
Choosing actions that align with your values.
and move you closer to who you want to be.
I love that.
It's about recognizing you have the power.
We all do.
You have the power to shape your life.
One step at a time, one moment at a time.
Yeah, and even those small actions, they create a ripple effect.
Beyond ourselves.
It's pretty amazing.
It is. It's really empowering, you know?
It is. You're not just a passive recipient of time.
We're active participants.
You create the life you want.
And that feels really good.
It does. It gives you agency, motivates you
To make choices that truly resonate with who we are.
with your aspirations, with your values.
This has really inspired me to be more mindful of my time,
Good.
to look for those opportunities to make a positive impact.
That's what it's all about.
Time is precious, and we get to choose how we use it.
We do.
It's like we've gone beyond just regular time management stuff here.
Oh, for sure.
It's deeper.
Much deeper.
It's about like aligning your time with something bigger.
Yeah, with your purpose. Right.
Okay.
And it all goes back to that Quranic verse.
Right from the beginning.
If we were created with purpose, like, how are we actually living that out?
It makes you wonder if wasting time is kind of like
Like what?
wasting ourselves.
Ooh.
Like we're capable of so much more.
When we're not just drifting.
Exactly. And to combat that, the excerpt gives us like concrete things to do.
Oh, yeah. What are those?
Well, it talks about family time, but not just any family time.
Right. It's specific.
Remember that scene? Everyone's in the same room, but on their phones?
Oh, yeah. Classic.
Disconnected.
Oh,
It's saying that's not enough.
it's not quality time.
Quality time has to be intentional.
And there's a ton of research on this. Family therapists, they'll tell you it's not just about the amount of time.
Right.
It's about what you're doing during that time.
Those shared experiences.
Exactly.
Meaningful conversations. That's what builds those strong bonds.
100%.
So put the phones down, folks.
Be present. Really listen.
Savor those moments.
Yeah, don't just let them slip away.
Mindfulness is key.
Absolutely.
It's interesting, though. The excerpt contrasts that with mindless activities, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's not saying, like, all leisure time is bad.
Right.
There's a difference between something that nourishes you versus something that...
Comes you out. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's about being intentional, even with your downtime,
Pick things that bring you joy, that help you connect.
that recharge you, give you energy.
So it's not about becoming this super productive machine.
No.
It's about your values.
Yeah. What matters to you?
Family, faith, service, whatever those things are,
Find what resonates.
and align your actions with them.
It's a journey, you
Yeah.
know? You're not always going to get it perfect.
Oh, for sure.
There'll be times you feel like, I'm wasting time.
We all do.
But the key is notice it, reflect, and then get back on track.
Like an internal compass.
Exactly. It guides you, even when you stray a bit.
Man, this has been a real shift in how I think about time.
I'm glad to hear that.
It's not just something on my schedule, it's,
It's reflecting you.
yeah, my choices, my priorities.
And when you realize that it's powerful, you can actually shape your life intentionally.
So, okay, big question. If someone's listening, they're feeling inspired, but maybe a little overwhelmed too.
It can be a lot to take in.
That's a good starting point.
Start small. Just pick one area
Okay.
where you feel like you could be more intentional.
Make one change.
Yeah, maybe it's 15 minutes a day, reading the Quran, reflecting, or maybe it's once a week, family dinner, no phones.
And those small things, they can build up, right?
They snowball, yeah.
Once you see the benefits.
You get that momentum,
Yeah.
then it's easier to make bigger changes.
It's like a positive feedback loop. The more you align with your values,
The better you feel.
and the more you want to keep going.
Exactly. But remember, be patient.
Oh, yeah, that's important.
Change takes time. It's not always smooth sailing.
There are going to be setbacks.
Of course, there will be bumps.
But those are part of it too.
They are. It's all part of the process. A chance to learn.
And to be kind to ourselves.
Yes. Self-compassion, so crucial,
Even when we mess up.
especially when you mess up.
This has been, wow, so much to think about.
A lot to unpack, right?
I'm walking away feeling really inspired.
Me too.
Like with a renewed sense of purpose.
That's what we hope for.
And I hope everyone listening feels that way too.
I hope so.
So, before we go, one final thought for you all out there.
All right, let's hear it.
We talked about serving humanity.
Mm-hmm.
What's one small act of service you can do today?
Ooh, love that.
A kind word, helping someone out,
Gosh,
even just really listening to someone who needs it.
such a beautiful challenge.
Even the smallest things can make a difference.
They really can.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, everyone.
Thanks for being here.
We hope it was insightful.
And inspiring.
Your time is precious.
It is.
You get to choose how you spend it.
That's the beauty of it.
We'll see you on the next deep dive. Take care.